Ho, ho, ho. Welcome as we drop off our coal for our action. It's Ted Cruz and his terrible tax plan. We have over 5,000 pieces of coal we'll be delivering, and hopefully you enjoy this live event.
Senator, can I get a shot of you there, please?
After all year long of us fighting back attempts from Congress to take away our health care, that we won time and time again.
Right. We won.
That's right. And when hundreds of thousands of you spoke out, made calls, visited offices, and shared your stories, it's unconscionable that GOP leaders are now trying to continue to take away health care access for hardworking Americans just so that the wealthiest among us and big corporations can get a tax break. GOP leaders are so bent on taking away our health care that they're sneaking it into a tax bill. Attacks on health coverage have no place in legislation, especially not in a tax bill. This bill is bad medicine, bad policy, and not what Americans want. Ultimately, women and their families will hurt the most. And because this bill adds $1.5 trillion to our nation's credit card, the tax plan is also expected to cut Medicare and Medicaid, impacting millions more who rely on those critical programs. People across America have been clear. They oppose the congressional attacks and Trump's attacks on our access to affordable health care. The individual mandate is the heart of the ACA. And by repealing this critical portion of the Affordable Care Act, millions of people's premiums will rise by double digits, and 13 million fewer Americans will have access to health coverage, including 1 million right here in Texas. People across America need to continue to call their members of Congress and tell them that we won't stand by while they try to take away our health care. It's critical that Congress hears from Americans this week and that they get the message that this tax plan must be stopped. Time and again, y'all have stood with Planned Parenthood in the fight for reproductive rights. And Planned Parenthood stands with y'all in fighting for health care access for all, economic justice for all, and in opposing this GOP tax scam. Thank you. All right.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? I'm Glenn Scott, and I'm representing Texas Alliance for Retired Americans, and I think I can also say that I am standing up and representing today the many thousands of seniors, 65 and older, who cannot be out here today. I want to thank every one of you for coming out in the cold, coming out in the rain. You know, Ted Cruz will not allow people to meet him. Voters in this state up in his office, he makes us come down to the lobby. They limit access in the lobby. So here we are out here in the cold talking to our senator. Senator, is that right? Is that right? No. Okay. And so Senator Cruz tells us that we're going to love this Christmas present of a tax cut. And it's going to bring all of us a Christmas present. Is that true? No! We know that's not true, right? We know that this is class warfare from Senator Cruz. This is class warfare. We understand that. We see you, Senator Cruz. You are making class warfare on seniors, on the poor. We know in this bill that the lowest incomes, taxes will go up. Will go up. That's unconscionable. Will go up. While guess who gets all the goodies? The richest 1%, including Ted Cruz, including Donald Trump. The richest 1% or less of America and corporate CEOs get the vast majority of this tax cut. How can you lie? You're robbing from the poor and giving to the rich. We also know, you say that, don't worry about this $1.5 trillion tax cut, that is going to create a $1.5 trillion debt, right? Don't worry about that. Are you worried about that? Yes. Yeah, because you know what? They've got their plan, and they're not making any secret of it anymore. He said, well, he tells us not to worry. Then they're also saying on the side, we're going to come after entitlements. Right? What's he talking about? They're going to come after, they jack the debt up to the high heavens, and then they're going to come after Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security, the only forms of socialized support for dignity in old age, dignity in retirement, dignity for people with disabilities. They're going to come after it. They're going to destroy it. And I'm telling you, that's their agenda, is to take away everything from us to give to the top 1%. Are we going to stand for this? No! I'm mad. Are you mad? Yes! This is injustice. This is undemocratic. This is like us creating a plutocracy in America. We're not going to stand for it. We will fight, and I suggest we will win. There are more of us than there are of them. That's why they call it 1%, right? I can do the math that much. 99% versus 1%. There's more of us than there are of them. And we are going to see them in November 2018. This guy who will not, who's too afraid to meet with voters in his office, will be out of this office. Right now, Senator Cruz, we are sending you home to your ranch or your island or wherever. You are going to be going home, and you are going to be out of office in 2018 if we all do our work with the 99% and vote him out of office. Let's start now.
Hello, I'm Carlos Owens with Adapted Texas. And Senator Cruz does not represent me. He doesn't represent you. He represents the 1%. This is a tax welfare bill for the rich. It will cut Medicaid, it will cut Medicare, which will force people with disabilities in this state and this country into costly nursing homes. Attending care in this community is much more cost effective, but the senator doesn't want to hear that. Even Santa came down from the North Pole to deliver him a message. Vote no on this bill. Use your brain. Have a conscience. Because if you don't, as Glenn said, you won't be in this office in November.
If it's too close, you can stand it.
Thank you for the opportunity to use my voice. My name is Davis Garcia. Sorry. Thank you for the opportunity to use my voice today. My name is Davis Garcia. I'm here speaking just as a lifelong Texan. I need you to use your voice and time to amplify the message of stopping this tax bill. CHIP funding is bipartisan, yet Christmas can bring parents notice of a loss of coverage. Are you worried about paying for your child's health care? This tax bill raises premiums 10% to grant tax cuts to those making more than $400,000 a year. Show him Texans care. They care about CHIP, and he should be fighting for all Texans in Congress, not just the lobbyists. United we stand, divided we fall. Don't tell me it's not worth it. If you can't ask him to do the job your taxes pay for, then vote him out. Apathy is not an option when fighting for our children's lives. Thank you.
Y'all hear me? My name is Ed Espinoza. I'm with Humans Against Ted Cruz. Are you a human against Ted Cruz? Yeah. I'm a human against Ted Cruz. You know, at first I was so pleased to see all these people coming out in the cold, and then I realized this guy's been leaving us out in the cold for 5 years. It's nothing new for us. So if you've got a senator who supports the 1% and not you, let me hear you say that ain't right. That ain't right. If you have a senator who doesn't support the Affordable Care Act and leaves you out in the cold, let me hear you say That ain't right.
That
If you have a Texas senator who hates avocados,
That is not
I'm gonna hear you say that ain't right.
That
That's not right. We're gonna do something about it. That's all I got. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our final speaker for this portion, I think you all are going to recognize. Please put your hands together for Santa Claus.
Santa, you're my hero.
So, it's been explained to me that we cannot video in Senator Cruz's office, so I am going to tell you right now what I will tell Senator Cruz when I get the opportunity to speak to him. I have been working, the elves and I, for a while. I got it. Here is my statement. Ho, ho, ho!
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you, Senator. Shag Samyak and a joyous Kwanzaa. Happy holidays to you all. I've been making a list all year, and I have to say that naughty doesn't begin to describe your behavior, Senator. You have undermined our democracy by rushing through bills so that your constituents won't know what's in them. I'm famous for crawling through chimneys, but even I know that some things shouldn't be surprises. You helped a bigoted pedophile in his attempts to join you in the Senate. Mrs. Claus is very emphatic about childhood innocence, and she could not believe it when she heard that you were helping Roy Moore. Senator, you voted for huge permanent tax cuts for the ultra-rich, paid for from the pockets of poor, working-class people. Nobody works harder than my elves, and they are particularly mad about this one. You voted to cut billions from Medicare and Medicaid, and you also voted to take health insurance away from 13 million Americans. Senator, it's impossible to have Christmas cheer when you can't pay your medical bills. Senator, I enjoy giving presents, but you will have to do better if you want more than this lump of coal next year. I suggest you start today to mend your ways. The ghost of Christmas future is coming. He tells me that he sees you sitting alone next Christmas Eve, cold, defeated, and angry. This is the future your constituents will give you if you do not mend your ways.
Yeah.
Now, Merry Christmas to you all.